top quarterbacks for this past week. Even though we still got one game to go on Monday before we do this show, but we pick our top quarterbacks from the games that have been played so far during the week. So we're gonna talk. We're gonna do that. We're also gonna recap. We preview the game tonight.
What up?
Yeah, welcome to Talk US Tuesday, baby. We up in this joint. Ryan, what's going on, baby?
What's up? What's up, Pimpin? What's up?
What happened, baby? How y'all doing? Good day, man. You all right?
I'm good. I wish it was Tuesday.
Me too.
I'll be in overtime by tomorrow. Oh shit. Oh.
Shit, I'm already at overtime.
You already in overtime?
Already at overtime.
Well, you know what game I want to talk about first? I want to talk about the Bills and the Chiefs. This game is the easiest one for me to pick because everybody in America is pulling for Buffalo. I would say 90% of the country is pulling for Buffalo and 10% is pulling for Kansas City. So D-Man, I know you got your flask out. I know this is what you want to see. How you see this game going, Buffalo and Kansas City?
Well, the Bills, they need to get revenge on the Chiefs. Also, this is like the Colts and the Patriots era with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, though. And also, shout out to Bills fans for donating about Mark Andrews. They're stupid. He didn't deserve no death threats. That's bullshit anyway. Kudos to the Bills fans.
I think they raised almost $40,000 from what I heard.
Yeah,
for his diabetes charity or whatever.
And also, fuck the burglars trying to help the Chiefs out. You're being like new Patriots, sucking their dicks. So I'm gonna take the Bills. I'm gonna say 34. No, wait. Actually, I'm gonna do something like when Colts finally beat the Patriots. It was 30-34. I'm gonna do the same score. I got the Bills 38-34.
38-34 in a high-scoring game in Kansas City.
Yep.
38-34. Josh Allen is 10-1 now when games are under 32 degrees. It's supposed to be about 22 degrees, I believe, there. So, Ron, what do you got going down here?
I got Buffalo.
You got Buffalo too, huh?
I got Buffalo 38-32.
38-32. He's taking the Buffalo Bills. And Dennis Holmes back in the background drinking Kool-Aid. Did he jump off set?
Mm-hmm.
He jumped off set. Well, God damn it.
No, I'm in the building.
All right. Buffalo and Kansas City. How you see this game going down?
Yeah, I'm rooting for the Bills.
Bills?
I'm taking the Bills to win 28-24.
So we got 28-24. We got 38-34, and we got 38-32. My forecast on this game is a lot of rhetoric. That's what I got. A lot of rhetoric. Somebody told me tonight that Patrick Mahomes' dad is in hospice. Is that true?
I don't know.
I don't know. I heard it was
somebody told me tonight. They said, "Oh, talk about motivation." All I thought about was Brett Favre when his dad died, and he threw for 5 touchdown passes on that Monday Night Football game, and he still played the game. Yeah. But somebody said that Mahomes' dad was in the hospice, got put in the hospice or whatever. So I don't know if that's true or not. So, but anyway, going into the playoffs, I said Buffalo had the worst defense of all the AFC teams in the playoffs. I still believe that Buffalo has the worst defense out of all the teams left in the playoffs.
Hey, Buck, they said it's his granddad, not his dad.
His granddad. Okay. His granddad. See? Granddad. That's cool. Well, it's still a family member. But anyway, So anyway, like I said, Buffalo's got the worst defense, and you know how I am about defense. Defense wins championship. I've always been a big fan of that. And I think last week we saw Mahomes and them a little rusty. He only completed 2 passes to the wide receiver. I just got a feeling we're gonna see DeAndre Hopkins. We're gonna see Hollywood Brown, Juju. I think Noah Gray. I think Mahomes is gonna spread the ball out, and I think Kansas City wins this game kind of easily, 31-19. 31-19. I got the Chiefs 31-19. So that's what I'm sticking with. I hope Buffalo wins, but I got a feeling that Kansas City, Mahomes is gonna do his thing because of all the negativity with the refs and all that kind of bullshit that's been going on. So hopefully Joe Brady turned down the job in New Orleans today. I saw D-Man post that.
I don't blame him anyway, not one bit.
Well,
That's not why he turned it down.
It's a major rebuild in New Orleans. So I don't know if you find a coach that's going to want to work for less money unless they get Weaver from Baltimore. You know it?
He's not going nowhere.
You know it?
He's not going nowhere.
I don't know if what shape he's in. Maybe the Saints can hire Mike Ditka. I don't know.
The Marvel cheat the OC, who they made into head coach at the time.
Oh, Clint Kubiak. Well, Reezy, they made the special teams. They made a special team, but Clint Kubiak's allowed to interview for jobs right now, they're saying. So
right, I mean, the Seahawks haven't hired the offense coordinator yet.
Yeah, I was still surprised that they fired the OC there. I'm totally kind of in shock in that one, but he only had 1 year, and Geno Smith had the highest completion percentage in his career. So that kind of like throws me for a loop. I guess it had to do something with I think it had to do something personal. I think the head coach and them didn't get along with each other. I think the head coach wants to run the ball more than throw the ball, kind of like Harbaugh style, from what I was reading. Second game or the first game that comes on at 2:00 tomorrow, but it's the one that's been giving me headaches. On paper, you would think that the Eagles would win this game easily. On what we see playing in the playoffs, you would think Washington would win this game the way they've been playing. So, Dennis, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
You the Eagles fan. You the Eagles fan. So tell me what you got in this Eagles-Washington game.
I got the Eagles winning, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as people thinking it's going to be. But I got the Eagles winning. A lot of people got us winning by 2 scores. So I'll go with that theme. I say we'll win 27-14.
27-14. Okay. D-Man.
Well, I was impressed with Washington last week. They knocked out the Lions, who was going to be Super Bowl favorites, though. Jared Goff, 5 interceptions. Lions defense couldn't get together. And also, luckily, the Eagles survived against the Rams. And this is very interesting. You got a rookie quarterback, haven't went to the Super Bowl, got a losing quarterback 1 year, haven't went back to Super Bowl since Jim Kelly. And let's not forget, since it's in New Orleans, though, you got Jan Daniels, Lattimore could go back to the New Orleans, or Zach Bond and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. It's like if they're 1-1, though. This
and
is
Kirk
really
Cousins. Bring up the Kirk Cousins curse too. The Kirk Cousins curse is the one that gets everybody.
Yeah.
If you lose to Kirk Cousins in the regular season, no quarterback has ever went on to win the Super Bowl.
Never.
If Kirk Cousins beats you in the regular season, no team has went on to win a Super Bowl. And the only 2 teams that were in the playoffs were Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. We both lost to Atlanta and Kirk Cousins. So now Dennis has the curse, which if San Francisco almost broke it last year. because Purdy and them got beat by the Vikings and Kirk Cousins last year, but they still didn't win it. So now we got Philadelphia on the bubble here to break that curse.
Well,
Plus,
breaking news: Deron Payne is ruled out for this game.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, he is ruled out. I forgot about that.
Ooh.
yeah, and I know Cosme for the Washington losing him on the guard side makes Jalen Carter lick his chops the way he plays football. Yeah. The only thing I wonder about this game. But go ahead, D-Man. What you got, man? Fill us in. I mean, you got Vic Fangio, too, defensive coordinator. You got Kingsbury and Quinn, who were both head coaches in this league, and they faced Fangio. You got to remember this. Fangio was back in the days when he was with the 49ers. And Dan Quinn was with the Seahawks. Legion of Boom. So they know each other. They know each other pretty goddamn good. And then you got to think about this. Another advantage Washington has is that Dan Quinn and the defensive coordinator were both with Dallas, and Kellen Moore was with Dallas. So they know each other. They know each other in and out. To say, I mean, this game. That's why it's a headache, because if you look back on their past history, Dan Quinn actually has a pretty good record against Vic Fangio's defense, even when he was with Atlanta. When he was with Atlanta, he was the head coach at Denver. They beat him there. He was the head coach at Chicago. He beat Fangio's defense there. So Dan Quinn has a pretty good record, even when he was with Dallas. When they played Philadelphia, they had good seasons, except for this season. Philadelphia whooped Dallas, but he wasn't there this season or whatever. But the guy there, the defense coordinator guy, I didn't realize he was with Green Bay for almost 8 years. So there's another guy that kind of knows. He was a cornerback coach, this Joe Witt guy for Green Bay Packers from 2009 to 2017. And we know how good Green Bay defenses were. And we know how good Green Bay was against teams like Vic Fangio had, San Francisco. Chicago. Think about that. Fangio was with Chicago, and he beat Green Bay twice when he was coaching there. So, there's so many parallels when it comes to coaching this ball game. The only thing I could say is that the guy that is head coach for Philadelphia, he was with the Colts. He was offensive coordinator for the Colts before he got this job at head coach, and he actually put points on the board and beat Dan Quinn when he was in Atlanta, when he was a Colts offensive coordinator. So I'm just interested to see how this is going to play out. I threw a lot of stuff at you guys because that's how bad the research was in this game, because Philadelphia's got the number one defense in the NFL. And Washington, believe it or not, Washington finished ranked 13th in defense. So that's kind of weary of me. But the only thing I will say before Dalton makes his pick is that Jaden Daniels is not going to be super cold from my understanding. It's supposed to be about 35, 40 degrees. So it's not going to be super cold. But I wanted to see how he handles outside conditions in the cold weather, because, he come from California, played at Arizona State. If this game was snow like it was against the Rams, to me, it's a no-brainer. They win this ball game. Barkley, just so everybody knows, Barkley, when he was with the Giants, did not run over 100 yards in 6 straight games against this Washington defense before he got to Philadelphia. He didn't run over 100 yards. This year,
Yeah, but that's not the same Washington team. They revamped their whole team in 2 years.
I know it, but I'm still saying you got to think about, they still got some of the key.
This ain't the same Barkley either. Let's get that out the way too.
Well, he's running behind a hell of an offensive line. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
All right, D-Man, what you got here?
All right. I'm going to say it's going to be a defensive game, though. Give me the Eagles. I'm going to say 17-13.
17-13. Interesting battle there. Wow. especially since this is a team. Last time they met, it was 36-33, and that's when Jalen Hurts got hurt and went out of the ball game. They were up 27-14 late in that ball game too, and but yeah, it's kind of interesting score. Dennis has got 27-14. Ron, what you got?
I got 36-17. Eagles.
Damn.
And they get 5 sacks.
36-17.
Yep. This finna be a blowout. This Saquon finna have a field day. And why I say that? Because the D tackle for Washington out. You just said he not playing. Deron Payne. So that they top defensive player, in my opinion.
Well, Bobby Wagner's hurt too, but I guess he's going to play. I don't think you can't deny him, but he is hurt.
Man, he gonna play.
Matt Milano, we didn't talk about this. Matt Milano, who is huge,
Right.
has got a hamstring issue, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out too as well.
Right.
Jalen Hurts is also out. Injured. He's also injured. So
who is
Jalen Hurts?
He ain't hurt. He full participation.
He's been a full participation, but he hurt. Dallas Goedert hasn't been a full participation, but
right.
Goddard's got some injuries. I will say that. This is A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith game.
Yeah,
this should be Jahan Dotson's game. But
I could see that too. Because remember, Washington did trade him to Philly this year. Or was it this year or last year?
It was this year. It was in August.
Yeah,
okay.
it was August.
Right around cut day.
So, yeah. Philly finna have a field day tomorrow.
Well,
that defense, 5 sacks. Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna have a field day. I just think I think they're gonna do enough to win the ball game. If it's close in the fourth quarter, I would be worried. If I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I would be worried if it's close in the fourth quarter. But
it's probably gonna be close in the fourth quarter. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't think it would be close in the
Dennis
fourth.
had 27-14, and I've been playing around with that number. I've been thinking about 23-13 myself. D-Man says 17-14, but this is where I'm saying I could see this game even being a high-scoring game between both teams just because of the fact that Dennis can tell you even a couple years ago or last season when they played Washington was putting up points on the board. They lost in overtime to Philly. It was like 38-31.
Right. But the problem is Payne.
If Philly, I think there's going to be turnovers, and it's what gets me. This is the first time Barkley's been on stage. I still keep thinking about Adrian Peterson in that NFC Championship game.
That he fumbled.
When you're going to run the ball with Barkley a lot, and turnovers tend to happen, and Washington defense has been playing pretty damn decent, but Philly's defense is just better.
Right.
I just got a feeling that Philly, if this is a high scoring game, I agree with you, Ron. I think Philly can beat them by more than 2 touchdowns.
Right.
But if it's a low scoring game, it's going to be a game where Philly's going to probably hang on and win by 4 points. But I still think it's going to be 23-13 is what I'm going to stick with. I think it's just going to be one of those games where they're going to hand the ball off to Barkley. They're going to play good defense. We're going to see Daniels run out of the pocket and try to run. And we're going to see who's going to be the biggest mess up in this playoff game. Is it going to be a Nakobe Dean being gone? Or is it going to be Deron Payne being gone?
I don't know. We need an unsung hero, man. We need an unsung hero that wears number 0. I ain't seen this Waka Flocka all year, though. I'm just hoping he shows up here, though. Okay? That's what I'm going to say.
Who is 0, Dennis?
Yeah, that's the see how you don't even know who that is? That's what I'm talking about.
I don't follow your team. So
No. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying it's because he ain't been playing. Like, We got him from the Jets.
Oh,
Gave
we
him
saw
3
Bryce
years.
Huff.
Yeah,
Huff,
Bryce.
I think your whole defensive line can stand the fuck up in this game. I
That's
think
cool.
y'all
I need everybody.
can get 5 sacks in this game.
Hey, Ron, when you say that, it usually happens, Ron. Keep talking that shit, Ron. Talk
I
that
think
shit.
the I
But
think
I
the
mean,
X factor for the
you gotta
Eagles
like
is
you
Zach
gotta like
Bond.
Blankenship, you gotta like Cooper DeJean, you gotta like C. Gardner, you gotta like Slay, and then you throw in the
Think
fact.
about the last time we played them. C.J. Gardner Johnson got kicked out the game.
Yeah,
Right.
that fucking pissed me off.
Jalen
So-
Hurts got kicked out the game.
Well, he
So
got a concussion. Yeah.
This
Did you know
payback
do you know what the over and under is for Jalen Hurts to run the ball tomorrow?
was
11 yards.
that's it.
That's it. That is
But
weird.
he's not running it. That's why, because of that.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think he's actually going to run the ball tomorrow? That's going to be the biggest storyline of the game. Is he going to run the ball?
I really think he will run the ball tomorrow.
Hey, well, him and Barkley.
Because, like I just said, Payne not playing tomorrow. So that your defensive tackle, best defensive tackle that Washington got. And
Well,
the
AJ
corner,
Brown, if Mike Evans ate Lattimore like he did,
right,
AJ Brown
right.
should have a field day. AJ Brown should have a field day tomorrow in
Right.
his secondary. You know,
Right.
Lattimore's a fucking bum. Who gives a fuck? And I'm not trying
You
to wish
do?
anyone injured. Lattimore's gonna get injured. I'm not wishing him. I have a feeling though he's injury prone. We all know what happened to Saints though. He's gonna turn hamstring. Last time when he played as the the Eagles, he tore a hamstring though. I'm just worried he'll get injured tomorrow.
now wait a minute. Didn't Washington play New Orleans? How did they do?
Lost?
Huh?
We fucking lost
I mean, how bad did you lose though?
by 1 point.
1 point. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, you know, these cardiac kids here, you know what? Shout out to BJ Andrews. BJ Andrews and the Ravens. They had a great season. He changed his last name to Andrews because he wants to be seen. BJ Andrews. Samuel's got he had to get rid of that Samuels and change his last name to Andrews. So shout out to BJ Andrews.
I thought BJ changed to Flacco.
Nah, he need to go ahead. Flacco need to go ahead and retire and be done with it.
You ain't
I got a feeling Philly gonna beat Washington by double digits.
I hope they do, Ron. I hope they do. I hope Philly beats the shit out of them, but because I'm tired of all the Dan Quinn shit. You know what? So,
Me too.
You know what? So anyway,
well, I don't know if y'all been paying attention or not, but this Washington team ain't paying nobody. They have nobody on their roster that they're paying more than $27 million a year, and they're only playing 3 players plus $20 million a year. They ain't paying nobody. So this offseason, we talking about, Washington now in the NFC Championship game, and congratulations to them. But this offseason, I think they got $90+ million to play with. So that means they can only get better. So even if Jaden Daniels does have a sophomore slump, you still probably gonna get a real good Washington team. This Washington team is gonna be something to be messed with for a couple of years.
Oh yeah, that will be a problem.
What's the weather like there in Philly?
It's supposed to be 40 degrees tomorrow.
40 degrees? Okay.
Yeah, it's good football weather tomorrow.
Okay.
That
So
would be a problem in y'all division, but this is Dan Quinn. I know Dan Quinn.
Yeah, they ain't quite cool with me though.
So I just saying, did the same Dan Quinn. He had not changed. So
yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. Now, being the fact that you two guys, one of y'all lost a coordinator, the other one of y'all got a coordinator, and this third guy at the bottom down here, he needs a coach.
Well, he better go to Walmart.
I'll be a head coach.
I don't think he has a coaching problem. I think he has a GM problem, and I don't think the coaches will take the job because of the GM. So they're looking to see if they can influence the Saints to fire their GM like the Jaguars did.
Dennis, I think they got own the problem.
No, Ron is telling the truth though. It is Gail Benson though, because Gail Benson, she's not Mickey Loomis though. She is too lazy fire Mickey Loomis though.
When you keep on giving older players money and you keep on kicking the bucket down the street for years and years and years, how much money y'all got over the cap, D-man?
Oh God,
Like negative, like
negative.
They're like negative 30
70 or something
Okay,
like that.
so they got a lot of older players on the Saints. They keep on paying these older players, but they getting older by the years.
But the only reason why they did that was because they were still thinking when they got Carr, and they were still had the Sean Payton coaching staff, Dennis Allen and all those guys. They still had all those guys. They still thought they had a chance to and they had a winning record
Right.
Last year. It was 9-8 last year.
Right.
So,
but they're not getting that though.
What's his name? Tyrann Mathieu. He probably won't be back. I could see him not being back.
Jordan might be gone.
Might not be back.
The linebacker they got, the middle linebacker, what's his name, D-man?
Demario Davis.
That's his favorite player. Yeah, he probably. I don't know if he's gonna come back or not. He's 35.
Right.
Yeah, he's 35.
Yeah.
So you got all these older players on the defense and the offensive line who they keep on paying and give up.
Well, that's why I don't think Mike McCarthy. I don't think they can afford Mike McCarthy. But if McCarthy was to come in there and play the role of a head coach and general manager, play both roles like Holmgren or Andy Reid, done those kind of things before. Or is John Gruden going to sneak in there? Is John Gruden going to sneak in there? I think if anybody sneaks in there, it could be John Gruden. He's been down there in New Orleans. He worked with Carr. He could take over. He could take over that whole damn organization as the GM and the head coach.
I don't think he wants the headache.
No, it's true. I agree with Ron. I don't think so either. If John Gruden was going to get the job, though, he would have been hired already, though. I mean, he didn't get hired. I mean, it would have happened already, just saying.
The owner trying to be picky. You can't be picky no more. All the good head coaches gone.
Well, Schottenheimer going to Dallas just makes us laugh again next year.
Right.
That's stupid.
You might well just stick to what you had last year, but get younger players.
I'll be interested to see who Dallas gets to be their defensive coordinator. That's who.
I heard a rumor it's gonna be Matt Eberflus. Like he's a prime candidate right now.
Oh wow!
I heard that too.
Wow.
Robert says as much as I want to wear a jersey, though, I'm fucking drinking right now. It's not a good idea to wear a jersey while I'm drinking.
He said I mentioned that last week when you didn't have your Bills jersey on. You went and got it on when they played Baltimore. Now you play the toughest team in the division. You ain't got your Josh Allen jersey on. So it's just gonna be the D-man curse because he's drinking tonight.
What do y'all think about Pete Carroll going to the Raiders?
Stability. That's about it.
I couldn't believe it. I thought Tom was going to bring his guys, though.
My son texts me tonight, and he goes, "Do you think the Raiders will trade up to get a quarterback?" And I said, knowing Pete Carroll, he won't do that. Pete Carroll's not the kind of coach to trade up to do those kind of things.
He Russell Wilson.
And knowing Pete Carroll, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to get on that defense, and he's going to work on that defensive line. He's going to work on that whole defense because he's a defensive-minded coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he better make sure he gets an OC and a quarterback, whether they're going to draft somebody or whether they're just going to pick up somebody in free agents. I could actually see. I mean, right now.
Russell Wilson.
No, he ain't going there.
No,
Russell
Wilson
there. No, but you got to think about players that play like Russell Wilson that he had. Justin Fields fits that mold too as well. When he was there in Seattle, Geno Smith is the Seahawks ready to give up on him? You know it. Maybe Pete Carroll brings him to the Raiders. You never know.
I mean,
he's in the
Well,
last
you
year.
know, well,
He's in
last
the last
time,
year. He's in the last year of his contract. Geno Smith is.
you remember, last time Pete Carroll went out and got Matt Flynn and some other quarterback he had and drafted Russell Wilson in the fourth round. Russell Wilson ended up starting.
Right.
So I can see him going to go get a free agent quarterback and still drafting a quarterback in like the third or fourth round. And
that
making
kid
those.
is that kid from Oregon? Is he in the draft this year?
Yeah, Daniel. There was a
Gabriel,
good
Dylan Gabriel. Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma.
Yeah. And you got what's his name? Quinn Ewers is going to be in there too as well.
Right.
He's going to be
Don't
in there
forget
too.
about Jackson Dart, who's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Old man.
he's in there too. Yeah. So, but only quarterbacks they're talking about is Shadur and Cam right now. So there's going to be another one that's going to pop up.
It always be one come out from nowhere.
That's what I tell them in the Zoom. I said it's going to be 4 quarterbacks drafted in the first round.
Right.
They kept saying, "There ain't no way it's going to be 4. It's going to be 4 quarterbacks drafted in the first round." I said it's going to be one that they're going to hype up, and it's going to one come out of nowhere.
It always been a quarterback that come out from nowhere. Just who they like.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where Bobby Slocum goes too, or from Houston. I can't believe they fired him. That was I'm just shocked on that one.
Hey, he might go to the Raiders.
Yeah, he might go there. You got Davis Mills playing for Houston. Maybe he decides to bring Davis Mills to the Raiders if they do hire him as the OC or whatever.
I don't even know why they fired him because he wasn't the reason. The reason
it wasn't his fault though. The receivers got hurt. CJ Stroud got slumped.
Yeah, I don't know if this is this to me has the potential to be a favor for Tampa Bay, in my opinion.
No.
And guess what? I heard the rumors though.
Because Bobby Slocum is known for his running game too.
Y'all not finna do all that good shit, but Flair, stop it.
Hey, there's a rumors that Buccaneers, the Jaguars, and another team, they're eyeing Chip Kelly as offensive coordinator.
Chip Kelly's in the mix now again because he was at Ohio State. So Chip Kelly's in the mix for an OC position
he deserves to be an OC. That's what he needs to be, an OC.
Yeah, so there's a good chance that one too as well. But
also Dennis, it was Matt Flynn. They signed him. They have Travis Jackson, who was the part of the Seahawks quarterback. Rest in peace to him and Russell Wilson when he's a rookie.
I think he's dead now. I think he died.
Yeah, he did die.
That Tavares Jackson guy, I think he did die.
So this what Pete Carroll been doing for a long time. He get an older quarterback and he draft a younger quarterback, but the older quarterback develop the young quarterback and take over. That's why I said Russell Wilson.
I also think I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders are going to draft Jalen Monroe.
They could.
Is he in the draft this year too?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah, he
Alabama
is.
quarterback's in there too.
He's supposed to be. I read second round.
Yeah, I heard second round.
I tell my son the same damn thing I tell everybody else. I do not look at the draft, any mocks until after they do the combine. Once they do the combine, you gotta know all the reps they can do. You gotta know the 40. You gotta know times. People say it's a joke, but if it wasn't for the combine, there's many players that were not even going to be drafted that actually make the draft because they go to the combine and work out or whatever. That's what the whole point of the combine is to make sure you move up in the draft. That's why these guys nowadays don't even participate. They do their pro workout day. And if you remember last year, I look back, we were all not even thinking Jaden Daniels was going to be a good quarterback in the league.
Right.
We were all thinking that. I look back and saw D-Man's comment. I look back and saw my comment. I look back and saw Adam's comment. And I look back and see, everybody's comment about it. And the only one I could say about that Jaden Daniels was going to be a good player was Steph. She was the only one that says, I want that guy. I want that guy on my team. I'd rather have him than JJ McCarthy. Why can't we move up and get Jaden Daniels? And she's always been a Jaden Daniels fan ever since she's seen him playing in the league.
But this all season, he needed to put on some muscle.
Well, I still think he's going to be like an RG3. He runs way too much sometimes.
I mean, I know he run too much, but I said put on some muscle. If he get hit the wrong way,
he's going to be like RG3. He's going to be gone.
So you don't.
Maybe Kirk Cousins. Maybe Kirk Cousins goes to the Raiders.
Hey,
you guys are going to cut him.
No, we talk about trading him.
Trade him to the Raiders for at least get a 4th round pick out of it.
Right.
Nobody's going to go after Kirk Cousins until y'all drop his ass again.
They're going to have to eat that. They're going to have to eat that contract, Buck Flair, like we did with Carson Wentz.
It always be one sucker. It always be one sucker you to get. The Giants been calling us. The Raiders been calling us. The Browns been calling us. So whoever give me a 4th or a 3rd, I'll be happy. I don't care where he went. I'll be happy. I want the draft picks.
Kurt's gonna get that $90 million from you guys, and you're gonna have to eat. You're gonna have to save $10 million. He's gonna get 90. He's gonna get 90.
I said, what you finna see? The Browns just lost Deshaun Watson Deshaun Watson.
The Browns ain't doing nothing, man. They Browns if they snuck around, they ain't doing nothing. They got no
they
money.
can get out of that contract because he was not walking around with that boot on.
Oh, that's just stories.
Hey, they got video, but Flair.
That's fine. Video. They got videos all you want to, but still, there's going to be lawyers on his side. Guaranteed contract is guaranteed contract.
But it said, put on your boot. He will not wear a boot in the video. So he can get 90 and ride on.
Ride the bench. He said, yeah, ride the bench.
That's my boy Chase right there.
Yeah, but he's gonna get his 90 no matter what. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they got to cut him to save $10 million. You know what I mean?
But trust me, a loophole in there somewhere. Trust me. You finna see.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see if anybody trades for Kirk Cousins. I think he's gonna end up like Russell Wilson. Once he gets cut, he's gonna play for the minimum for some team. And it could be Tennessee, it could be to groom a young rookie quarterback, just like he did with Michael Penix or whatever.
Right.
But the problem is Atlanta's going to be paying him. You know what I mean? Same thing happened with Russell Wilson in Denver. They talk about how good Sean Payton is a goat for doing something like that, but still, it still costs Walmart.
A lot of money,
$40-something million or whatever.
But how long they were paying him?
Oh, this is his last hurrah, I think. I'd have to go back and look at my numbers or whatever. So they paid him almost $40 million this year.
No, what I'm saying, for how many years? Like 2 years, 3 years? What?
No. I think he, once they cut you and that salary goes like that, you're paying him. Another team can pay him on the minimum, but there's some certain. It all depends on how much money they have in their dead cap. Let me look real quick. Let me look real quick and see what I can find out.
Because we just signed Kirk Cousins to like a 2-year deal.
A 2-year deal?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying you guys signed him to a 4-year deal for $180 million. However, after his first year here, you guys cut him. He's guaranteed $100 million no matter what. But if you cut him at a certain time, you're gonna save $10 million or whatever. The way that dead cap works, it's just a pain in the ass when it works that way. Let's see. So right now, The Patriots, the Raiders, Commanders, Cardinals, and Bears are all leading the way with the most money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think about teams that are in the hole right now: the Texans, the Cowboys, the Bills, the Falcons, the Dolphins, the Seahawks, the Browns, and the Saints. The Saints are at negative 52 million right now. The Browns are at negative 30, and the Seahawks are at negative 27. So, yeah, you look at those kind of things. The Broncos actually have about $35,000 to spend right now, but let's see. Russell Wilson is still on the hook for $32 million this season coming up. $32 million from Denver on the dead cap.
I do got a question though. How did the Seahawks got that negative though? I really want to know about that Seahawks thing.
Okay, let me see. Let me see what's going on. Seahawks. Okay. Okay. The Seahawks have Geno Smith has a $44 million cap hit.
Damn.
$44 million. DK Metcalf has $31 million. Tyler Lockett has $30 million. Leonard Williams' new contract has at $29 million. So you've got Dramon Jones has $25 million, and then Yuchi Nosawa has a $20 million. Everybody else is under the $13 million cap hold. So basically, that's why you hear the trade rumors for DK Metcalf going, because it'll save them money by letting him go.
You might be going to the Chargers or the Raiders.
Yeah, but when they signed Leonard Williams, a lot of that money took for their a lot of money was there. DK Metcalf is in his last year of his contract, and so is Geno Smith too as well. Geno Smith's another high hit one. They could cut Geno Smith, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, that with them being $27 million, Geno Smith actually can, with his cap numbers, they could save themselves almost. They could save DK $21 million from DK, and also if they cut him by June 1st, there's a possibility they can save $31 million from Geno if he gets cut. So yeah. So there's like I said, I'm kind of shocked myself when I mentioned Seattle, because Miami Dolphins I'm not shocked about. The Falcons I'm not shocked about because of the Kirk Cousins deal. It's kind of what put them in a dire situation. The Bills situation is Von Miller. Right now Kirk Cousins is a $40 million cap hit for Atlanta, with a $65 million in dead cap money right now owed to him. So it's gonna hurt their but they've got a lot of Grady Jarrett, their offensive line. They got money. Jesse Bates is a guy they can cut. He's making $22 million back there in the safety position.
You love to talk about Atlanta, don't you, Bud Flair?
What about Jake Matthews? He's still.
Yeah, he's signed. He's down. Well, you look at this. It's funny because you think about this, Ron. The Saints were in third place, and they got a $52 million.
Yeah.
Falcons were in second place, and they got $10 million under the cap to spend. The Panthers were in last place, and they've got $21 million to spend. And the Buccaneers won the division, and we've got $2 million to spend. So we're positive $2 million. So, so at least I feel good. I mean, I remember.
You feel good about that, huh?
I remember when Brady left, and I told Dalton, I said, we've got over $50 million in dead cap money. I don't know how we're going to do this. And for some reason now, Tampa Bay has the second youngest roster in the league, and we're still paying on Shaq Barrett and Ryan Jensen. Ryan Jensen, he retired. We're still paying him $11 million in dead cap money, and Shaq Barrett, we're still paying him $17 million because we cut him or whatever. So he got his money. But when you think about the Bucks, I mean, the biggest question is going to be Chris Godwin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he doesn't have a contract, so
he might. That I should see he's going to Washington or the Chargers or the Raiders.
Well, you know, he could end up back with Jacksonville with Liam Cohen. He could bring him over to Jacksonville if he wanted to.
He could.
You know? He could bring him over to Jacksonville. And I know Dalton, he'll be wearing Jacksonville colors probably, and that'll be his new team. Because, I mean, I don't think we're going to hear. I done projected New Orleans to have the number 1 draft pick next year.
I got bold prediction. I don't want to be early, though.
I could see that too, but Flair.
Ready? I got the Saints number 1 pick. I got the Jets number 2. I think Jets going to be also terrible this year.
With Aaron Glenn?
I mean, I got to say the free agent. I mean, I still got the Saints being number 1 pick, to be honest, though.
Y'all not going to do nothing with it.
Well, you think about the players that are coming out next year. They need a quarterback. So it'll be trying to get a quarterback. So
they're going to get Carson back. He will fit right in good with the Saints.
He got $10 million to stay in college.
Mm-hmm.
Go down to Miami.
They do nothing.
Ain't that something?
But they're going to get Carson back. Yeah, get ready.
No, I thought you were going to say Uncle Rico, to be honest with you.
Hey, y'all might get him too. But
anyway,
y'all ready to end this thing?
Dennis is ready to end it because Dennis got to go eat a hamburger.
Yeah,
and I got to go eat.
Or go to Waffle House.
Yeah, I got to eat this ribeye steak I got sitting over here staring me in the eye.
Stop it! At least he didn't bring a tomato ass and made Eric leave the show that day.
Well, you know, me and Eric still got that bet. We still got that bet. He gave me the field, and he took the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. $20. He said the Kansas City was going to win. I know he's just sitting back, but we ain't heard from him since that Rams game.
Right.
Last thing I heard from Eric was he said you were funny because me and Dalton put out APB on him because he disappeared. And,
right.
He said he was going to wear a Patrick Mahomes jersey, and he did not even show up.
You want to see him to next year.
Puka Nuka, that's all they kept talking about, how they held him on that last play. He's being held. Puka Nuka was being held. And the funny thing about that Philly game was I told Steph, I said, you watch here. They're going to sack him. And Jalen Carter came right up the middle and just took that motherfucker right to the ground, Stafford. And I was just like, 15-yard loss, just like that. And I was like, there you go.
Those Georgia players, we don't play. We with it. We with the BS.
Stafford's a Georgia player, so I don't want to hear it.
Hey, that just personal.
Zach Vaughn got his ass too, but honestly, the Rams, they didn't deserve it though. It was more calm after the no call about the fumble thing when they said it was incomplete.
Yeah. That was you right there, Don. That was probably the worst call, and I'm going to be interested. I don't know. Does anybody know who's calling the ball game tomorrow? Which referees are calling the ball game?
They got one suspended right now.
Well, that's that Clay Martin guy.
Yeah, he's suspended.
Let me see who's calling the Chiefs game, because if it's Carl Shevers, he is like the number one Chiefs fucking fan or whatever. I like those two brothers that call the NFL game. The guy that called the what was that last game? That Baltimore Buffalo game. That referee, that guy's good. But that Clay Martin is 7-0 when he calls. Here we go. Good and bad news for Buffalo. Referees assigned to the Bills and Chiefs championship game. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. Cleet Blakeman is the lead referee. Blakeman's crew has called the most penalties this season, averaging 16 penalties a game.
Buffalo got to play a perfect game tomorrow.
Yep.
They got to play perfect. No,
wow. So they've called over 252 penalties in 16 games this season, the highest penalty of any referees. Wow. So yeah. So now I'm interested to see who's going to be calling the Eagles game. Let's see who's calling the Eagles game. He's not a bad referee though. He's not a super bad. He's not a super bad. You'll like him.
No matter what though, I don't trust the burglars. Let's just say that.
Let's see who's going to be doing the Philadelphia game. Oh, so the Eagles have a great fucking referee. Sean Hockley's calling that ball game. So yeah, Sean Hockley, the guy's got muscles and shit. Got his damn muscles always showing and shit when he's calling the game. His dad was famous. Hockley's calling the Eagles game, so he's a good referee. So there shouldn't be any kind of controversy in that ball game. But the one in the Bills and Chiefs, the most penalized referees that called the most penalties in the game. Let's hope that they hold on to their flags tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I hate if the Chiefs get some of these calls like they did against the Texans. There's going to be a lot of pissed off Americans. I can tell you that right now. There's going to be a lot of pissed off Buffalo fans. I can tell you that right now. So, but this is it, Dalton. This is it. I think this is the window right here. You know it?
Yep.
Because the Bills to get themselves in this position, I think it doesn't really hurt them, but I also think that if they don't do it this year, they can still build that defense up for next year. You know it? Because their defense was not that good. Their secondaries, you're going to see a weakness in their secondary tomorrow. That's the only thing I'll say. You're going to see a weakness in their secondary tomorrow.
Whoa.
Buffalo, you're going to see a weakness in their secondary.
The way they played last week, I think they might get Kansas City. This be the perfect time to get them.
Well, I hope they do. I hope they do for America's sake. But I just got a feeling that Patrick Mahomes is going to find DeAndre Hopkins. He's going to find those receivers, Hollywood Brown. And everybody's going to be like, oh, what happened to Travis Kelce? It don't matter. He was fucking on fire throwing the ball to his wide receivers and then they haven't run the ball worth of shit this year anyway. Right. Kansas City hasn't.
Buffalo been running the ball and everything. So
they got a running game. That's what I always told Bills fans. You got to get a running game. They got a running game. The problem is that they got to play in Kansas City. Yeah. And
they got to play perfect.
Even though Bills secondary is kind of suspect, though, I think the X factor for the Bills is Von Miller because he knows the Chiefs very well. Like he's been impressive in the playoffs. So Von Miller, watch out for him.
Well, let's hope. I mean, the wondering ageless wonder there. Von Miller. He got a fumble return against Buffalo last week or whatever. That was
Baltimore.
Funny. Yeah.
Right. Hey, I mean, long they get pressure on Patrick Mahomes, I think they're going to get 2 picks in this game.
Well, they beat them. What was the score? 27-24.
I believe so. Yeah.
When Buffalo beat them earlier, and there was a bad call and a pass interference call, I think, or something like that Mahomes was bitching about.
So.
Yeah, but anyway, Dennis, I guess you can end the show. If he's still there. I thought he ended it a while ago.
I'm ready to end it now. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
y'all.
Thanks for coming out.
Let's do it. Yeah.